It's like standing in the rain. I have no happy thoughts about you. All I have is pain. People say that love's a really crazy, crazy game. You're playing with my heart, babe. Well, it'll never be the same. You hurt me too much, babe. I can't take it anymore. I know you loved and you lived. I've been hurt before, so you gotta meet me halfway. 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 When I call your name, I need you to be there. And I know you will be if you really care. At night when I'm alone, I wish upon a star. I wanna be there with you, but I can only go so far. So long I tried to hide my feelings for you, but I just can't seem to realize these words you say are true. So you gotta meet me halfway. You gotta meet me halfway. You gotta meet me halfway.
Kevin Frazier says Kenny Loggins has a Meet Me Halfway song also. That was Kenny Roberts on that pre-show video. How's it, everybody? My name's Andy Bumatai.
And I'm James Money.
And welcome to the Daily Pidgin. Oh, and you are the Hamajang Gang.
And to become a Hamajang Gang member, all you have to do is just comment in the chat.
Papi Cheney, mahalo for gifting a sub to, what does that say right there?
Rich Hirakawa.
Rick Hirakawa.
Rick
Hirakawa. There we go. Keone Nunes, mahalo for being here. How's it? And yesterday was our 3rd anniversary show.
Yeah.
And guess what? On this show, by the way, speaking of shows,
Yes.
we will be taking a look at 5 years ago, the Kilauea eruption devastated Lower Puna, right? So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to how the state is addressing the teacher shortage, something near and dear to both our hearts.
Yes.
Firefighter training video, we're going to editorialize that. And there is a plan to reduce homelessness. Oh. That's going to be a very interesting one.
Yeah.
They caught a repeat robber that many people are saying, why do you keep turning this gal loose again? And then we're going to look at the STEM conference. Happened in Hawaii here recently.
Nice,
That's
nice.
a bunch of kids and, trying to motivate them.
Science, technology, and math, I believe.
Science, technology, engineering and math.
Thank you.
STEM. There we go. Are they addressing the teacher shortage by increasing salaries? Oh, they've already done that, Miles. Yeah. But well, stay tuned. I don't want to blow the punchline. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Nani, aloha, Papi Cheney, mahalo for your generous gift sub. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah. Always such generous supporter of the Daily Pidgin.
Yes.
Papi Cheney, mahalo. In fact, I think we got to give him one of these. Huh? What do you say?
Look up big giant hands clapping underneath.
Yeah, big giant hands clapping underneath. Yeah, and hey, love Pat, aloha. How's it, James and the Hamajang Gang right there. Keone Nunes, nice and busy getting my K5 students ready for a concert singing in Olelo, Hawaii.
Nice.
Oh, how nice is that? Right on. Okay. So, how was your day?
Today was pretty good, actually. Talked to some friends, pushing some more tickets for my show this weekend. For those of you that don't know, I'll be performing Saturday on Kona. Is it on Kona or in Kona?
It's on Hawaii Island in Kona.
There you go. Okay. See, that's how I get confused. On Big Island in Kona, at the Kona Elks Lodge. You can get your tickets. Either search James Money at Eventbrite or comedianjamesmoney.com. And then Sunday, I'll be at Maui, the playgroundmaui.com for tickets. So I'm excited. I'm getting ready for the show. I'm writing. I'm rewriting.
There we go.
Excited.
And on the 13th, Frank DeLima, Augie Tolba, and I will be at Kauai at the Kauai Resort Hotel, a pre-Mother's Day show that happens at 5 o'clock. You can go to andybumatai.com for tickets.
Yeah. And then those of you who want to email us here at the Daily Pidgin, you can email us at... Ooh, perfect timing.
Wow, how'd you do that?
That was broadcast quality.
Broadcast quality to the max. Oh, and by the way, speaking of email addresses, some people are going, what was Nani Aloha's email? Because I won prizes yesterday on the show. Okay, her email is nanialoha@andybumatai.com. There we go. And check out James at... Ooh, and speaking of Nani Aloha, look at that. Check it out right there. Yeah. Got it. That's where you get your tickets for his show on Maui and Big Island.
Yeah.
And, excuse me, Hawaii Island.
Hawaii Island. And shout out to our moderationists who, without them, this show will not be possible.
Would not be podcast quality.
Yeah, not at all.
Not at all. And that would be Nani Aloha, C. Honda, and Ware, and Devon.
Yes.
There we go. Marla Barbie Blazer. Aloha no, Marla Barbie Blazer. How's it, Gengi? How are you, Marla?
Yeah, like the Avatar got the pup on the Avatar.
Got the pup. Maybe she's a podcaster like us, because that was one of our contest questions yesterday. When Kinako barks, why?
Yeah.
Someone has the audacity to walk past the house.
How dare they?
How dare they? Jazz hands. Ooh, I like that. Okay. So let's do our first editorialized video. And again, this is about 5 years ago, the Kilauea volcano erupted, but it devastated Lower Puna. And over 700 homes were destroyed. And very interesting information on this. And I didn't know it. Check this out.
Years ago today, fissures opened in Leilani Estate.
Casey.
Lava would eventually claim more than 700 homes and change Lower Puna forever. Our Casey Len is live there this morning and taking us on a look back. Casey, how are things now?
You know, things have improved, Steve, but there are so many as
Improved. Look at that guy's front yard. Oh, honey, bring that weed whacker.
Oh, the road is higher now. You
showed
went move
you,
up.
earlier this week. People that are still struggling to recover even a half decade, 5 years after the 2018 Kilauea eruption. Behind me, Fissure 8. Later this evening, Ben Gutierrez is going to talk.
Fissure 8. Evidently, there were 7 others, right?
Well, actually, I guess the fisher got hungry, and then the fisher ate.
A little bit about what the county's doing and what residents are doing to manage this place that has become so special to people. But also, again, you have to remember, this all happened on private property. So there's a big discussion happening about what should be done with this. Should it be a national park? Should it belong to the county? Should these people be able to leave or come back to Leilani Estates, to their property? He'll cover that later this evening. But we want to take you back to May 3rd, when those fissures opened, as you said, here in Leilani Estates. And to do that, Ikaika Marzo is with me. Appreciate you being with us this morning. On that day, May 3rd, I want to talk a little bit. This happened
Because Casey ain't no slouch.
Yeah, they're both tall.
late at night, early in the morning, I should say. People were glued to your Facebook. Walk us through when those fissures opened here and what you were doing that day.
I think the May 3rd was the day that we tried to investigate the cracks in Leilani and kind of noting down what streets the cracks were happening on and where and what part of the street. And that, like now, early morning, before the eruption happened in the afternoon, we were logging all this down.
Real classic Polynesian looking brother, yeah?
Yeah.
And we were letting people know what was happening during that time. And till the afternoon, we were pretty much on it where the eruption was going to happen.
And Ikaika, I want to ask you to whether you worked for the county, whether you none of that seemed to matter that day because everybody had to move very quickly to evacuate. Talk to me a little bit about the county's response, how you worked with them to make sure that people got out safe. These are people that you call family and friends.
So we were just community members, part of this community in Paoa, just trying to get people the right information at the right time when it was arising at the time that it was arising. So what we were doing is just notifying people.
How often do you think he uses arising in his normal conversation?
Well, when he arises in the morning, sometimes the thought arises whether to use or not use arise.
It seemed like he was going, how I going to sound smart on TV? Go get him.
And we were working with some of the county officials on the road crew, and working together and trying to see if we could get, but when it erupted in the afternoon
Look
on
at that.
Mahala Street, nobody knew what was happening.
Unreal.
So we were going to street to street, trying to get people out and trying to get them to evacuate as quick as possible because we didn't know what was going to happen next.
How's it, Stephen?
You've lived through other eruptions too, but this one was different.
Oh, totally different.
Stephen is looking at this and going, you know, maybe I'm not going to complain about snow anymore.
Yeah.
Violent, the grace,
Wow.
I mean, everything. I lived through Kalapana eruption, which was slow, nice and slow.
I remember that.
No, it was lava, and it was, eating up cars, but it was slow.
Yeah, we're polite. He came over and said, hey, I'm going to cross your yard, Ken.
Can.
Okay, I'm just going to go slow down.
Oh, I can't pass his yard to get the bottled water for stop the dogs.
Pace, this was just violent. And the amount of
look at
volume
that.
that came out of the ground right here in Leilani, just remarkable.
Yeah, I think that we talked a little bit about the amount of lava that came out. Yesterday, we interviewed former Mayor Harry Kim, who was mayor at the time in 2018, and he was kind of jarred thinking about that graphic that we showed, stretching I-90 all the way from the East Coast to Seattle, 70 feet high of lava. Really an amazing amount of rock and new earth that was produced during that eruption.
One thing about land, they don't make it anymore. And Pelly went, wait, hold on.
What you said?
What you said? Check this out.
You really can't understand until you're here. So I want to keep Ikaika around because another part of this is how the community and the county responded. We're going to talk about Pu'unoa Opuna, the way that this community came together to build a hub for information, for resources, and at that day, May 3rd, real-time information about where they should go, what should be evacuated, what they should take. That's all coming up a little later on Sunrise. For now, we'll send things back to you, Steve.
Yeah, some great perspective there, Casey. Thank you.
Oh, bro. And you know, the thing is, it was a private subdivision.
Yeah.
Okay, so, you know, hey, you know, when you bought your land and before you built your house, did you ask the realtor, is this on top of a live volcano?
What are the chances of, is there a volcano underneath us? Is that, how possible is that?
You know what? On the Big Island, it's actually very possible.
Yeah, I think so.
Because, I mean, isn't it still the youngest island?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's supposed to be one growing in the water. I don't know if it'll connect with Big Island or Hawaii Island.
Oh, that little tiny,
Yeah.
I used to know the name of it. They actually named it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. But I mean, if you own land there, I mean, how awesome is that? We own land here, but we can't grow anymore. Now you get, oh, look, my land is bigger now. It's higher now.
How's it, Kenny? Mahalo for being here. How you, brother? Right there, Friday night jams. Right there. He's one of the 3 hosts. Okay, Kulika. There is one lava tube under the house. Yeah, I don't know what was going on, but you know these guys is like, hey, what's this? Papi Cheney gifting another sub to Wild Willie, the original diss, and she says, oh, thanks, Papi Cheney. I appreciate. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay, new island name, Princess Pupuli. Hey, you get all the Hapahauli action. You know, I can tell because instead of saying slipper, you said flip-flops.
Yeah.
In Hawaii, we say slipper, not flip. And flip-flop has a whole different meaning. That's an unsuccessful Filipino.
Oh.
Ooh, hurt myself on that one.
I bought the tickets, went to the show, was on flop.
Yeah, I know, but was in Waipahu, so was still good.
I told you.
Jeff Owen, they told the developers in the 60s not to build, but nobody would listen. Yeah, sounds like it. Broadcast qualification is mean, I know. So fertile, grows more land. Don't mess with one good joke there. Duh, mess up one good joke there. Oh, yeah, okay. My mom had to grow up saying Zoris. Zoris.
Zori. Right?
No, that's for slipper. They call them Zoris.
Oh, wow. I only remember Kamaboko. I don't remember Zori's.
Yeah, I don't think it's Japanese. They call them Zoris. Yeah, I've heard that.
Oh, so sorry.
Who told you to say flip flop? No, somebody called it flip flops. Made a reference here.
Yeah.
I'm going back and trying to find it, but you know,
It's way back because it was before during the beginning. So
yeah.
the lava was burning the flip flops.
Yeah, that's right. Nice shirt, Andy.
That is a nice.
Mahalo, Lita.
That is a nice shirt.
Oh, thank you.
I like the colors.
Yeah, it's the black background, and it's not a
Saver?
Tori Richards.
Oh,
you know.
still.
Oh yeah, that was me, Dan Arakaki. Yeah. Well, you know, if I put Dan in here, I never do this, but I could search it.
Yeah. You put Dawn.
Of course, I spelt it wrong.
Yeah. Then you put D8.
God, I get my fingers in the wrong place. Give up already. Yeah.
And then you said Arakaki, but it's Dan Atatakai.
Atatakai. Yeah, well, there we go.
Yeah.
And do we see it?
He said flip-flops are on fire.
Yeah, here.
in
This,
caps.
this is what he said right there. Yeah. Atatakai.
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 I've never heard of any Atatakai family.
He
Like,
could have made it up, or maybe he's the first one.
oh,
You know what I mean?
he just evolved.
Atatakai the first. I don't know. Anyway, Zoris is Japanese, often worn with tabe. Oh yes, that's right. The white, it would get the slot, the white sock looking thing. Yeah. Split toe sock. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yes, Zoris is Japanese. I didn't know that. Okay, yeah, I guess we can. Yeah, Japanese has Z, right?
Zori.
In 1980, so great to see you pick up Rick and Darlene. Brought back memories from Waipahu. Yes. Mad Statter, who is on Twitch and YouTube, has been playing videos of on Rick and Darlene's North Shore vacation there. Ooh, aloha, Hazed. How you, Stephen Mata? Stephen Mata. Or is it Stephen? Naturally made emu.
That's when the emu attacks. Yeah. The emu's, I tired of you guys digging holes. I'm going to make my own hot lava.
Okay, now this next news article we will be editorializing. Miles, perk your ears. This is about how they're planning to deal with the teacher shortage. Here we go.
Addressing Hawaii's teacher shortage with scholarships. That's the goal of a new program through a partnership between Chaminade University and Kamehameha Schools, aiming to train aspiring local teachers to stay in their communities. Bryce Moore reports.
Hey, look at this. Keone says, I remember the tatami zoris with the cork and rubber sole and velvet straps. I have a picture, I have a cartoon of me wearing those. I wore those exclusively in the early 80s, I remember. Anyway, sorry, Justin.
Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Luke says 50% of 3 to 4-year-olds in Hawaii don't attend preschool. Her Ready Keiki initiative aims to build 450 preschools in 10 years.
And where are we going to get many of our preschool teachers? That's why this is a great day where we're announcing this partnership.
Through that partnership with Chaminade, Kamehameha Schools is funding 50 Mu'o scholarships every year for the next 3 years.
This program's 100% online. It's designed to appeal to working adults to earn their degrees.
I'm going to stop this and go back because I keep thinking of that one shot when I went, nice shot. Look at this. This is a preschool, a third grader. She looks 35.
Yeah, because the next picture I thought it was her.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
look.
Every year for the next 3 years.
Was that her again?
This program's 100% online.
Sorry.
It's designed to appeal to working adults to earn their degrees to become teachers. The estimated time to completion is 36 to 48 months, or possibly sooner.
Any Hawaii resident can apply, and those who have already earned credits can transfer them over to shorten their time in the Mu'o program. The vice president of Kamehameha Schools' Hi'ialo Group says this is huge for residents who aren't close to any major universities.
And if many of our families living as far as Ka'u, or in Ho'onaunau, or in Hana, or Lanai, or Kauai, might have the opportunity to become educators right in their own backyard.
The value of the full tuition scholarship is over $100,000, with 4 types of bachelors of science.
Funny that he would say $100,000 instead of saying $100,000.
Yeah.
You know,
I guess the word grand makes it.
Think so?
Grander?
I don't know. It seems kind of ghetto. $100,000.
Maybe he was eating candy.
And you could make yourself 100 large.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
And education being available. We'll have more information on KHON2.com.
Wow, what a
Addressing
shot.
Hawaii's teacher shortage with scholarships. That's the goal of a new program through a partnership between Chaminade University.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good thing.
That was a good thing there.
I thought when they said they're addressing the teacher shortage, they were going to come on and say, we address that there's a shortage of teachers.
Thank you.
Good night.
Kenny says, hey, no, that's my hometown right there.
Yeah, because we did we editorialized a story. The principal of the year was from, a lot of the kids had to drive like over an hour to get to school. So this is something good for people in the community that don't have a university nearby, like they said. So cool. Hopefully they get a lot of teachers.
100 grand is a super Ono candy bar.
Yeah. Yes, I like the 100 grand.
And she wonders why her stream always ends up talking about food. Oh, it makes me, I love it though.
Yeah, I love it. Food is good.
Food is a good thing.
Yes.
Maybe they could pay the teachers. They have. No, they just got an increase, Gary. I don't know if you watched that show, but they got them a 14.5% increase that will, come into play over the next 3 years, which is a start.
Yeah.
Right. And
I think they're trying to get people to choose to become a teacher, rather than pay the teachers that we already have.
Well, what they're worried about in the preschool side is there aren't any preschool teachers. So they're saying, how can we incentivize people to do that?
Well, I think the difficult thing would be when you come out of college at, let's say, 20-something years old.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys don't want to have to talk to 4-year-olds, right? I mean, it's usually parents that can handle. I mean, I laugh when I see people who don't have kids deal with a kid, and I just stand there and watch. Like, this is going to be exciting.
You can. My wife, having done it for 11 years, third and fourth graders, is not only better at dealing with me, but when you watch her deal with small children, she asks the right questions, she listens and stuff, and I'm like, wow, it's really a talent. Yeah. They should add 100 grand candy bars to the teacher's salary. Ooh. There we go. But someone would say, you got your 100 grand, what else you like? 100 grand bar. So, oh man, it's a popular candy bar, isn't it? I'm kind of a Mars guy.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. And Nestle's Crunch.
Oh, Nestle's Crunch. Well, I like the 1980s and 90s. Nestle. Today's Nestle's Crunch doesn't taste the same.
Doesn't? Well, I've stopped eating it.
Well, the whole thing with the sugar changed, and so all the sweeteners changed.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, Edward Devine says in 1980, I miss everything Hawaiian so much. Oh, Mrs. Andy deals with the big kid and third, fourth graders. Yeah, that's me. I'm 100% comfortable talking and connecting with kids much better than with adults. Yeah. There are people that feel that way about animals, Yeah. I'm more of a nickel candy kid. Nickel candy?
I don't know if that's a brand or if that's the cost.
He's showing his age if he's talking about the cost. Don't even have preschools when I was growing up. Only had rock sticks beaches in Waianae. Yeah.
Yeah. Go outside.
Go outside.
The street light come on, come back.
Come home.
Yeah.
Plus, no longer made by Nestle's.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Oh, maybe that's the reason. It's like when those people took over, famous Amos cookies.
Oh, yeah.
Right, I know. I'll tell that story one day.
Yeah.
Heard it from Wally Amos, famous Amos himself. Okay, let's talk about firefighting training.
Yeah.
Yeah? Now, this is, for those of you unfamiliar with fighter training, it's way more involved than just making calendars.
Oh.
I know. Disappointing to hear that, yes, for many of the women, but guess what? There is, well, I'll show you.
It's a job that combines brains and brawn. According to the Honolulu Fire Department, only about 5% of people who apply to become a firefighter actually
women
go
doing the
all
story.
the way.
So Arjun Benizer was invited to take part in some of their training, highlighting the many challenges they face on the job.
Check this out. It's not only two women reporting, but
they respond to fires, rescues, chemical spills, just about every kind of emergency imaginable. But I wanted to know what it really takes to be a firefighter.
Wow.
So HFD gave me a crash course in recruit training,
Whoa.
testing my ability to scale ladders and operate the hose. And let me tell
because, firemen, nobody's better than operating the hose. I know you were going there.
Being Generation X, it has a different definition.
Check it out. We're going to operate the hose.
It isn't easy. Oh my God.
She's having a hard time with that hose.
It's a thinking athlete's job. It's not something that we can just put, the brute force guys out there and get the job done.
Looks like somebody in in central casting created a fireman.
Yeah.
Right? This guy.
We have to operate in dangerous environments, which obviously requires guys to be smart and be able to think on their feet.
And so training, drills, and repetition are key. My training started with CPR. After a quick demo, they had me do chest compressions for 2 minutes. Oh,
Sandra,
my goodness.
Sandra, thank you for the 99 stars on the Facebook
halfway
side.
there.
Halfway there, you're good.
I might need some chest compressions myself after this. Next, I got suited up, and in an emergency, every
CPR is
second
hard
counts.
So firefighters have exactly 1 minute to change out of their blues or their station uniforms to their structural PPE. So right now, I'm going to be timed. Start the time. All right.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I think they sped this up. What do you think?
I think it's a glitch with the camera.
It's a glitch in the matrix.
1 minute 25. Then it was up the ladder to the bucket, 85 feet into the air.
Have
It's
you
a
ever
good
done
thing
this?
I'm not afraid of
Gone
heights.
that high up in a bucket?
Believe it or not, I'm afraid of heights.
Well, I'm not, and it's still the weirdest feeling because it's not like it just sits there.
Yeah.
It's moving.
It sways.
It
yeah.
sways.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah!
You know, I was going to say
Here
that even though it took her a little over a minute to get ready,
Yeah.
as far as women getting ready, that's really
Oh,
fast.
Don't go there! Don't go there!
Adds an extra 50 pounds, limiting mobility. So they showed me how to maneuver through tight spaces.
And then go forward. And go until your pack hits right there. And then rotate.
Technique.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Then they put a darkened shield on my mask, limiting visibility to mimic what it's like in a dark and smoky building. I had to feel my way out by following the fire hose. With the oxygen mask on and all that weight, it was hard to breathe and very disorienting.
Woo! Okay, so that was the Fireground Survival Maze, and I gotta tell you, this and all this gear, it is so difficult just to do that. I can't even imagine what this would be like in an actual emergency situation with a fire. So a lot of props to our firefighters, man. This is extremely challenging.
Look at
Finally,
this.
they had me handle the hose, which I handled like a pro kneeling down. Standing up was a different story.
That pressure's crazy.
The physical skill set and intelligence required to do the job are clear, but I'm told having a strong mind, being emotionally fit, and dealing with the loss of life is really the hardest part of the job. Despite those challenges, Jones says he and most other firefighters got into the field to make a difference in their community.
And for us, it's taking that passion and that dedication and being the best firefighter you can be.
The 115th recruit class will be starting up this July. Jen Boniza, KH12 News, working for Hawaii.
Oh, that's interesting here. Mark Gonzalez says, here in Missouri, they don't pay the firemen. They're all volunteers.
See, when I lived in Pittsburgh, that's one thing I found out. I was like, what is volunteer firemen? And they said, all our firemen.
David Escobar says, "Go Warriors, beat the Lakers." What
That's actually NBA.
Oh, that's NBA.
Yeah.
Okay, but earlier we were talking about volleyball.
Yep. UH, who's in the national tournament, University of Hawaii volleyball are up 2-0 against Penn State.
Wow.
So,
look, your women take longer to get ready. Are you ready? I knew this would be coming. James Money, that was so wrong.
Of course, it's the single guy that says it.
Yeah, and here, Puppy Cheney. James, I was thinking that, but didn't want to say it, referring to my wife, of course.
And that's the married guy saying it.
That's the married guy saying it.
Because when I go home, I don't hear anymore.
Well, she should have said that. Well, it took me 25 extra seconds because, the mascara.
Oh, yeah. Well, one thing good about Jen Boniza, first of all, kudos in going through all of that.
Yeah.
But what I learned, I didn't think about it. She said that the way to get out, you follow the hose out if you can't see.
If you can't see.
Yeah, so you got to follow those hose.
Go up. You snuck another one in. Oh man, hey Garrett, how young? How are you, man? There we go.
Yeah, but
my
then she
grandpa
also
was on the Waianae Volunteer Fire Department back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, but she also used the technique that they told her, where she went in and then she turned sideways and then she straightened up.
Yeah,
So
they
awesome.
Yeah, I think Auntie Bagel was a volunteer firefighter. Oh, there we go.
Speaking of, that's where University of Hawaii is playing in Fairfax, where Virginia, where Auntie Bagel lives.
Ah, there we go. And Devin is releasing some dolphins. How's it? Oh my gosh, you're killing me. Remember too, Dan Atatakai. Atatakai. Atatakai.
It's funny because you have to make your teeth a certain way to say it.
Well, you know how hard, I used to do this bit. How much emphasis should you put into, giving the proper pronunciation to ethnic names? Like, it's my friend, and my main man, Lavelle Jackson. But it never went anywhere.
Just say
Remember,
Danny.
too, that the married man always has the last word, and it's always, yes, dear.
That's a good one.
There we go. I know. Okay. I sauce, baby. Oh, I sauce, baby Jose. It's Mary Jose, right?
Hi. Oh, hi. I don't know why I said hi.
I sauce Mary Jose.
Yeah. Well, it is AAPI Heritage Month, so there we go. We are very Asian today.
Atatakai.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
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 How's it?
How you? Me and you, baga.
Aloha.
Yeah. In Japanese, atatakai is pronounced Dan.
So it's Dan.
Dan, the fireman. Ooh, LOL. You should put in that much effort at least. Ooh, no. Hey, Beach X Guide. Have we seen Beach X Guide before?
First
hey,
time.
I wear the pants in the family. So what? She picks the collar.
Yeah,
yeah
that sounds about right.
That sounds about right. Yeah, that's me. Okay. Isos Mary Jose. Well, Isos Mary. It's Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. That's what the Filipinos are saying. Isos Mary Jose. Yeah. Hey, K-Mac. Aloha. Mahalo for being here, K-Mac. Thanks for
Now here's the update. Hawaii lost the third set.
Uh-oh.
Fourth set, it's Hawaii 9, Penn State 4. So
How many sets are there?
Best 3 out of 5. So Hawaii is winning 2-1.
Oh.
And they're in set 4. So come on, Hawaii. Let's pull it through.
So if they win this one, that's it.
No, then they go to the championship.
But no. I mean, they win this round of...
Correct. So the semifinals.
Yeah.
But they are the 2-time defending champions. And if they make it to the championship again, they can go for 3 in a row.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
Three-peat.
Gee.
Ainako. What does that mean? Beach guy.
I think
Must
that
be
means
a beach thing.
Ainako means, oh, nice.
Oh.
In beach language.
You should have heard me in the manger.
When he just named them. Isis, Mari Jose.
Oh, no, you should have heard me in the manger. I'm guessing if I heard him in the major, it would have been...
Is that a baby goat?
It's a goat. Yeah. I think the sergeant or the captain gets paid. They all run around with walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
Oh my God. In Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Is that how you say it?
Tagalog.
Well, then how come it's not G-O instead of O-G?
Well, that's how Tagalog pronounces Tagalog.
Maybe they're dyslexic.
I thought that was something to do with Girl Scout cookies.
I have no idea. Okay, so now we're going to see what the state has in mind as far as reducing the homelessness problem.
Oh, I got some strategies.
Well, state leaders are proposing a bold plan to try and reduce the homeless population here on our island.
No. Broadcast quality, though. I would iron that shirt.
Yeah, I would maybe button it that the way it folds out looks weird, but he looks like he's like ESPN quality.
That is maybe that's what it is. He's more of a sportscaster who's making a move. You know, us being the dapper gentlemen that we are, we can, in fact, critique others.
Yes.
Yes.
KITV4's Kristen Concilio explains their latest strategy to solve the growing crisis on the streets.
These people I've been hanging out with since September last year.
Hawaii is no paradise for Michael McCann and Michael French, who landed here about a month ago with nowhere to go.
Well, now, wait a minute. Wait, let's just stop there for a second. These guys landed here a month ago, and they have with nowhere to go. So how do you fly all the way from Boston to here? Somebody sent them here.
It has to be. I mean...
Right? And listen, how about this? You get off the plane and your first thought is, okay, I got to find one shopping cart. You know, I mean, right?
That sounds like a professional, whatever
Homeless.
you... Okay, homeless. I didn't want to title him that.
Houseless.
There you go. Outside dweller.
Jobless. Deodorantless.
Roofless.
Roofless. He's a roofless criminal. Okay.
No one wants to be homeless or without a job, without a place to go every day, without a future. I mean,
he sounds like he's from Boston. A future.
Yeah, forget
that's
about
not paradise. That's torture.
The men, both from Boston, met at the Bumatai Rest Stop Homeless Hygiene Center and have been inseparable ever since. But at least one of them can't wait to go back home.
Everybody needs to have help, absolutely. If you can help anybody here get back home, people are suffering here.
Well, doesn't he look like he's able to do something?
I mean, if you can stand up, you can sell something. Hold the sign.
Twirl one of those signs or something? I don't know. And Mad Statter says, sounds like the municipality sent their homeless population. Yeah.
Hawaii leaders are trying to get more homeless people back to where they came from, proposing to spend $100,000 over the next year to send them back to the mainland.
It saves the state millions of dollars in the finite amount and resources we have for our local homeless. We're getting them back to their family, their support group, where the homeless can get back on their feet.
Since 2015, the Institute for Human Services has sent more than 600 homeless people to the mainland, with about 4% ending up returning to the islands.
What?
The agency currently sends about 100 people home each year, but not everyone wants to go.
This is going to be my home. I'm going to stay in Hawaii. I have no wants to go back to Boston. I don't like the cold weather in the winter. Can't push a wheelchair around in the snow too good. I'll be here until the day I die.
Which could be soon. If you don't find something to eat.
You don't push it too good on the dry sidewalk either.
You know, I mean, there's no easy answers, but, you know, we should do some research and find out what the plane fare from Boston to Hawaii cost. You know, think about that one.
Those who do.
My goal is to get out of here and get my life back, yeah.
Kristen Concilio, KITV4, Island News.
And they have all the good shopping carts.
I know. But the weird thing is like, okay, how do you say, I have no place to go, but I have this plane ticket to Hawaii?
Look, it depends on the time of year. You mean, Miles, whether people are trying to escape Boston in the snow or something? Miles, how much was the plane fare? Oh, Miles would know. Yeah, definitely. He's in Boston.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
it's around $1,000. Man.
I guess it depends on when you travel too, but how did they get on the plane? Because there's people that get turned away, you know, for being being a certain way, maybe.
Well, maybe, you know, they bathe that day and they're not offending anybody and they want to get the heck out of there. But, you know, think about this. The city of Boston goes, I'll pay $1,000 for this guy and we save, you know, how many thousands a year providing him with services, you know. Arizona would have met his needs. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Because it's only 107 degrees there.
Yeah, in December.
Yeah, in December, and he can push his wheelchair around. That's terrible. Aloha here in Kentucky is more than 700. Ooh, and Dana says, how does somebody just decide to go to Honolulu to be homeless? That's what I'm saying. I think somebody sent him here. very expensive to fly to Hawaii from the East Coast.
When Florida is right there. So it's
I hadn't even thought about that.
And you can put them on a Greyhound.
You could just send them to Disneyland.
They got a lot of land that the government doesn't.
Oh, here, look. Dan says it's only $3.29 by kayak.
Unless it means kayak the app. Because there is
an app? Is there an app?
like hotels.com. I think there's a kayak one.
Okay.
Because he put capital, so I'm assuming it's the name.
Oh, with kayak. Yeah. Oh, I get it. Yeah, but so this guy, he's got a cell phone, and he's got, he got money for plane fare, and then he lands. I'm homeless.
Well, look, he even has a friend. I don't have a friend. He's homeless and he has a friend.
Well, he met him at that.
And now they're friends.
And now they're good friends.
I don't have friends. We don't hang out outside of this.
They're inseparable. They're inseparable. We don't hang outside. I never leave this room. How can we hang out? I wonder if the state's charters a plane. Oh, man, can you imagine that?
Private jet for air homeless.
I got a G5 showing up at 10. I'll send a limo around, and we're going to Hawaii.
I wonder if the military would put them up there, and they don't even have to land. You just here, put this on your back and hold on.
It's a backpack. Trust me. Look at this. Arizona won't help the homeless. They won't?
I think it'd be tough because they could die from heat over there. So I think it's don't.
Marty Lovelace, C5. Isn't that an explosive?
Oh, isn't that I thought that was like the giant military plane that takes cargo.
Oh, I'm thinking C4.
Yeah.
That's the smaller plane.
That's a bigger explosion, but it takes down the whole plane.
The whole plane down. Okay. By the way, we always like to mention, if anyone's here for the first time, let us know that you're here for the first time and what your old stomping grounds were when you were here in Hawaii. And we may have a custom-made music video that takes us through your old neighborhood.
Hey, you know what homeless could do here in Hawaii?
What?
Collect these bottles.
You know what? I wanted to ask you that. Can you turn these bottles in for money?
Yeah. Let's see. Oregon, 10 cents. Hawaii, Connecticut, 5 cents.
I've been recycling them in my bin. I should save them and take them to the. Where do you take them?
Oh, we give ours to the maintenance in the community that we live. Or we have a maintenance guy that does the grass and whatnot. Oh. So we always save them and give him bags every time we fill it up.
Oh, I should do that.
Yeah.
5 cents a piece. I mean,
Oh yeah, you got a lot of bottles of it.
I got cases.
Yeah, but then Hawaii volcanic water, ladies and gentlemen, made with recycled plastic. Be Pono, do what's right. And we love this water.
I definitely love it. And this whole, putting honey in it and heating it up and sipping it, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, because I'm nursing this voice, next week, Thursday, Friday, and then the following Monday, we will be taking off from the show because James is going to the mainland, and I have a show that Saturday on Kauai, that's the 13th. So to save my voice, because I've been having trouble with it, I'm going to take Thursday, Friday, and then the following Monday off. But I'll be doing a show that Saturday.
Yep, so it'll be the May 11th and 12th. We will not be daily podcasting.
No.
13th, Andy will be on Kauai performing with Augie T and Frank De Lima. 14th is Sunday, we don't podcast, but Monday, because I arrived that afternoon, so the 15th we won't be podcasting. So the 16th we will re-adjourn, is that? I was trying to be like, arise and...
We will arise again.
Yes. I was trying to be smart like that, if you can.
We're going to do them again. Where in Kauai? Kulika will be at the Kauai Resort Hotel. And it's a 5 o'clock show because it's a pre-Mother's Day show. Yeah. And we're doing that early so that we can catch a plane, get out of there, and not have to rent a hotel room. But also because we figure Ma like spend, time with the family in the evening for dinner, right?
So get show and get time after.
Yeah.
And then, whatever's for Mother's Day.
Guy's gone hell a lot at
Yeah.
afterwards.
And then I'll be in Wyoming. Hopefully it's not too cold.
Wyoming?
Because that's where my daughter went to school. So that'll be her graduation. So it'll be a...
Wow, that's neat. What is she studying?
So at that school, originally she went in for kinesiology, but I think her associate's degree will be in athletic training.
Oh.
Yeah, but then the school that she might go to in Washington doesn't have that program, so she might come back home to University of Hawaii, which is what I'm hoping. But wherever she goes, we'll be proud of her.
There you go. And you'll be visiting.
Of course. And sending her $10 every time. Say, who asked just for $10? Those of you that missed it on the podcast, she jumps into the chat and asked me for $10.
Well, I think it was because we were giving $10 prizes away.
Yeah, I'm not. I should have told her, hey, the answer to the next question is.
You just text her. Okay, the next one.
And then email nanialoha@andybumatai.com. Tell them you won.
Oh, man. Okay, this one is kind of sad to me, right? Only because people keep getting ripped off, right? Yeah. And this gal who they caught doing it is a repeat offender. I don't want to blow punchlines, so listen to this.
A woman awaiting trial for property crimes last year has been arrested and charged again with similar crimes.
Our Jolani Martinez has more on the serial theft suspect who keeps bailing out, then ending up back in jail.
What?
42-year-old Tiare Kino was
awaiting
trial for 3 separate cases last year, including identity theft.
You have nice hair.
Oh, my mugshot.
Theft and burglary. Last week, she was arrested again. Now her alleged victims are questioning the justice system. Last January,
there she is.
Tiare...
Look at this.
Doesn't even look like me.
She looks like trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, we know she's trouble, but I mean, oh, man. I'm guessing drugs are involved.
Kino allegedly used stolen credit cards at some stores. In June, she burglarized a Windward home.
It's frustrating, and it's kind of a letdown of our system, whatever that system is that allows that to keep happening over and over again.
This victim's Ring camera shows a masked man walking up to the porch camera and spraying it.
Look at that.
Then a masked woman
Didn't work that well, did it?
walks by and knocks on the door. The victim says the woman walks out of the home 6 minutes later with a bag filled with $4,000 worth of jewelry, clothing, and rare coins.
When they don't care if there are cameras that prove beyond a reasonable doubt that it is them doing the crime, they should be placed in jail. They should not be let out to just keep repeating, because obviously, this is her full-time job.
She says Kino was arrested that same day, but court records show Kino facing another charge in September for burglarizing an Ainahaina home. She posted bail in all 3 cases, ranging from $15,000 to $100,000. The burglary spree doesn't stop there. Surveillance footage from a New Valley property shows Kino making her way through the home. The owner said she stole about $50,000 worth of valuables. The victim we spoke with today saw the video and says she didn't recognize the suspect right away.
The thing I recognized the most was her body language and the way she was systematically going through that house and using the victim's bags to fill up. I thought, that looks familiar, that part of it. And then I looked closer and I thought, I think that's the same one. And sure enough.
Kino was arrested Thursday for burglary. Her bail is set at $150,000. Former judge and prosecutor Randy Lee believes it should be higher.
I'm rather surprised because if she has 3 other cases and now she's picked up another case, she poses more of a danger to the community, and therefore the risk is higher. I could see a bail in the amount of $500,000 because you have to ensure that the person's not going to get out again and commit more burglaries.
Who came up with that plan?
Seems like a good strategy.
Yeah, wow.
But that's the thing, is that she can elevate to, now she's doing burglary. Next thing you know, she could harm somebody.
I know. She's got to support
to be arraigned Thursday. Her trial
habit.
for last year's cases is set for July 3rd. Jolani Martinez, Hawaii News Now.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, no, it's got to be a drug thing.
Yeah, I've been burglarized. I hate it.
She was in there, and 6 minutes later, she's packed and leaving. She must be a road monster. No can afford to after that. Yeah, I know.
Well, a lot of them, the scams that they pull. So when I worked at this company that handled the phones, and I had an elderly woman call and said, you know, there are people calling my house. Yeah. If I don't answer, they know I'm not home. So if I don't answer, I always get broken into.
So she just should stay home and not answer, and then, hi, Rubberneck, I stay home.
I got you.
Bang, with the glass bottle.
Oh, yeah.
With the glass bottle. By the way, hey, Skip Sharkrow, are you new here?
No, it was on last. Yes, I remember seeing him a couple
Oh,
days
yeah?
ago.
Really? Okay, because Nani was saying, I think he's new, but we're not sure. So I always like to make sure so we can be hospitable about that.
Oh yeah, I mean, where's the old stomping grounds, or if it's still here on the in the state?
Tweakers, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think they're tweakers. Seems like a new post-it note on a Ring camera would have been more effective than a spray can. See, Mad Statter, you missed your calling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe she was cleaning it so that it could get a good look. Cause hey, I'm gonna do crime, but I don't look bad, so
Keone said hard to use clear paint to do that. You know, for all the years I lived in Waianae, I've never been broken into.
Oh, lucky.
Nah, me either.
Lucky. Well, I think you guys were, part of the community, so everybody know.
No, it's not that. We no more nothing. What they gonna steal?
That's the Bumatai house. No more nothing over
there. No more nothing. I was in there 3 times. The only thing I took was that furry cover his mom put on the toilet seat.
We went yesterday. We didn't leave $20.
Yeah, we left. We felt bad. I'll tell you of a ripoff one time. We were in Yokohama. We were surfing Yokohama, right? So we had a van, and there was about 3 people, and we all went in the van, surf, and came back, right? We got into the van. Broken into. But they only took half of everything. There was food, they took half the food. Had cigarettes, they took half the cigarettes. Had some stash, they took half the stash. Wow. Yeah, it was a trip. I went, wow. And then, so we were telling Buffalo, right? Buffalo Keolana, right? When he was the man. Bro, this guy took half of this. He goes, oh, you know what? That's not rip off, that's tear. Yeah, I saw that, Nani. Skip answered me. He said, no, he's not new. Woo. Maui boy on Kihei's side, but now in Oregon. Okay. Did we play a video for you, Skip? Because we have some Maui videos, if you see Smock Eye Maui. Yeah. Half slipper, too. No, only one slipper. He took the one the dog never chew.
Took my zori, bro. Only half the zori.
Half the zori, half the kamaboko. That would be a good bit. You get flip-flops. No. You get slipper. No. You get zoris. No. You get kamaboko. No.
Maybe that's how they got flip-flop. Because somebody stole, it was 2 flips, but then somebody stole 1 flip. I only get 1 flip and then the other flop. I tried.
Yes, I know. That's okay.
I might need Salonpas for that.
We call that a long walk down a short pier.
Yeah. Now remember, not every joke works, and it's okay.
That's okay.
Now I know never to say this ever again.
If you find it, if the muscle memory, if you have no, I'm not going there.
Yeah. But the open mic that you hosted when I first started going. And I still use that logic, which is, okay, if the joke is funny, laugh.
Yeah.
The joke not funny, do not laugh.
Because I will tell the joke again.
So and then I still use it. I still tell new comics.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you got to tell the audience, please don't laugh if it's not funny. Plus, there's nothing worse than a mercy laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Ha, ha, ha. Okay. Laugh or don't laugh.
The worst thing for me to hear is, "Aww."
Aww.
I'm like, don't feel sorry for me. These are jokes. It's like
or the other one I don't like is, nah. It's like, hey, laugh or don't laugh.
Yeah.
Don't vote.
Yeah.
Gotta take off. Much love. Okay, K-Mac, mahalo for being here. But in fact, we're about to wrap it up here. We have one more feel-good editorialized news program. And again, this is about the STEM program, which is science, technology,
engineering,
and mathematics. Okay, let's do that.
From flight simulations to engineering challenges, these kids are learning how to think on their feet and outside of the box.
The class we came from earlier was about viruses, so we had a little experiment, a little baking soda and citric acid, and had little explosions going on. So it's cool to be here.
It's part of the two-day Hawaii STEM conference hosted by the Maui Economic Development Board, filled with workshops, competitions, even a STEMmies award banquet.
STEMmy.
A former Marvel Studios illustrator delivered the keynote.
My message to the kids today was, your big dreams, don't be afraid of them. Keep on making your plans to be able to achieve it.
Artist Anthony Francisco designed some of the most iconic comic book characters from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. From Baby Groot, who was inspired by his own children.
I am Groot. This was really turned inside out.
To Loki from Thor Ragnarok. To the female special forces of Wakanda.
Have you seen that movie, by the way? Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So technology is very important in the film and animation industries because we use a lot of programs to bring someone's vision to life, using animation tools, storyboarding tools, and then bringing that into like actual cameras and material that you 3D print for some of the costumes for Black Panther. I really see every kid as like my younger self, and if ever I could instill some confidence or inspiration or just be available for questions.
For someone so talented and creative, that was really surprising that he kind of didn't have like a lot growing up. So that's really inspirational for people who might not have that much.
I took away that you could do anything you put your mind to if you just work very hard and focus on what you want to be and keep progressing.
Proof some of the most valuable lessons don't always come from a classroom. Annalisa Burgos, Hawaii News Now.
That's so cool. My daughter might switch to graphic design, even though she's getting her associates in athletic training. It's a class she took in high school. I told her, your senior year, take a few classes that's like nothing to do with what you plan your major to be on.
Wow.
And then she said, Dad, I really miss doing graphic design. I was like, go for it. I mean, you're young, you can always switch.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a tough field, graphic design.
Yeah.
It's fulfilling to do.
Yeah.
But, you start out doing like restaurant menus and, and little record labels and coming up with, stuff. So
or comedy posters.
Yeah, it's like you don't knock on Marvel's door and go, can I create the new superhero, please?
Yeah, it's just like coding where you just have to have a passion for it. Yeah. So if you like it, then go for it.
That's what my son does.
Oh, yeah?
And I've never mentioned it before, but there's an app you can download called Alohaverse, right? And what it is, it's like like Amazon, except it's all Hawaii products. It's called Alohaverse, and he wrote the code.
Oh, really?
He wrote the code for that app. So
I know the guy that's pushing it, and it's funny because he was pushing it in our Hawaii Content Creators group. That's awesome. That I didn't know.
It happened right there.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, he and his friend, but it started out they were coding a parking lot app where you can do stuff, and then somebody came to them and they flipped it around, and now it's called Alohaverse is there's a website, but the app portion of it where you can do it on your phone. Go check it out, you guys. Check out Alohaverse, and let me know what you think of it.
That's cool.
I know. Boop, boop, boop. Do they ship to the mainland? Yes, they do. They ship all over the world. Yeah. So check it out. And Alohaverse, the app. All right, there we go. Oh, cool. Yeah, thank you. Andy's son wrote the code for the app. Oh, Hawaii, yeah, Hawaii verse.
Hawaii verse.
What did I say? Aloha verse?
verse.
Yeah, Hawaii verse. You'd think Dad would know. Yeah, sorry.
Well, he knows his dad would get it wrong.
Yeah, well,
half the names you say wrong.
Well, you know what? I didn't want to. I mean, it's been out for months now, and I didn't want to like pimp it out on this show because I have a conflict. Try to see if you can find a Hawaii verse. I think it's called Hawaii verse, Aloha verse. Where did I get that? Anyway, artist's work is tough, but takes rejection to get to that point of expression. Well, anything takes rejection. Talk about, show business. Talk about rejection. Yeah, I know. Oops. I watched an interesting interview the other day of Dynamite J.J. Walker. Jimmy Walker.
Jimmy Walker.
Yeah, and he was talking about he was at the Improv, and Bette Midler was a waitress there.
Oh, wow.
And they let the waitresses sing, and then they had to go back to waitressing. And someone saw Bette Midler and said, "Hey, listen, we'd love to have you over at the Continental to do shows." And Bud Friedman, who owned it, was managing her, and he said, "Nah, I don't do that." And she went, "No, I think I will anyway." Boom. And the rest, as they say. Where is Kinako hiding today? I don't know.
It's quiet today. But Bette Midler is from Halava.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She was going to IA Elementary, but ended up going to Radford instead of IA High School because the bullies from Halava went to IA, so she switched to Radford.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, a friend of mine whose mother went to school with them saying she felt so bad because she was bullied.
Badly.
Yeah, so that's why she doesn't come out and be like, "I'm from Hawaii," like The Rock does and everybody else does.
Well, and plus she's a Jewish girl in Halava, so and people didn't really know at that time. But anyway, we love Bette Midler.
Yes, we do. And to update, Hawaii is going into the 5th set against Penn State, so it's 2-2. It's neck and neck, so whoever wins the 5th set moves on to the national championship.
Go watch it on the tube, you guys.
Yeah.
That's going to be an exciting
you can see it on ncaa.com. Yeah. And also, yes, it is Hawaii verse.
It's Hawaii
The best place to support local.
There we go, Hawaii verse.
Yeah, Pacific Islander owned.
Yep, that's right. And made.
Yeah. Made in the studio next door.
There we go. Yeah. All right, gang, that brings us to the end of our show. Mahalo for joining us. A special thanks to Nani Aloha, C. Honda, Ann Ware, and Devin, our moderationist. And if you could subscribe on the YouTube side and click that little bell icon so you know when we're doing this. But we're on 8 platforms every day, 3 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. So if can. And sasara like button also. Boom, or just like that. Okay, if can also. And anything else we need to?
The 3 things I like to say is, for our social media is like, comment, and share. That would help us out in growing our podcast to reach more people who are on the mainland that have left Hawaii, or people who love Hawaii but live on the mainland. We love to share with you guys, and that's why I bring up the news here, so you guys say, what's happening in Hawaii?
What's happening there? And we're talking about all the migrated Hawaiians out there. So
we love you guys.
If can, we would really appreciate it. Okay, so that brings us to the end. We're going to poke the button. Mahalo nui loa kako, and